Are you constantly sucked into your phone? Do you spend hours endlessly doom scrolling, bad news, social media drama, even when you're feeling low and sad and anxious? Or when that goes off, you grab your phone, the little FOMO notifications of something going on social media. What's happened now? Well, studies show that we are using our phones more than ever. Average 50 times a day we're looking at our phones. I think it's probably a lot more than that. And data has shown that addictive use of phones can worsen symptoms of depression and anxiety. And as a woman in the know, been a journalist for over 20 years, I know it's going to be hard, but I do have some really valuable suggestions for you. So if you're interested, buckle up and stay tuned all the way through to the end. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Marvarine, but you also might be new here. You've just found me. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a woman in her 50s, a television news reader. I have been through all the midlife struggles because my life is not perfect. I have been through the mill, no job, no man, built up lots of debts, struggled to get jobs, been kicked out of jobs, walked out of jobs, managed to turn my life around, and I feel like I'm living my best life. Some of those harsh lessons that I've learned, I'm going to give to you in the way of personal advice so that basically you can get to a point of happiness far faster than I ever did. And I'll bet you more recently or in the past you felt sad and lonely and exhausted when you finished binging on your phone. Even if you stop for just a few seconds or a few minutes, it doesn't make you feel good. Well, you might just be addicted and you know you've got to try and put your phone down and you know you've got to try and stop scrolling, but you don't know how. I get it. I struggle with it too. I've always said that social media is a blessing and a curse. I mean, hey, I've just started a YouTube channel. I'm immersed in social media, but there's a bad side to it too. And what we've got to do is try and better curate what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're listening to, so our lives can be enriched by social media and not damaged. Now, when it comes to the news, you're going to need advice from a seasoned journalist about how to handle the deluge of bad news that we get on a daily basis. Now, you're an intelligent woman. You should not be considering going cold turkey and turning off the news altogether, because I know that you want to be informed about what is happening in your local area, what's happening in your country, what's happening in the world every day. But with 24-hour news channels, it's kind of hard to step away from it. So here are some of my valuable suggestions. We need to remove some of that constant panic, some of that feeling on the edge about the stories that we see and the powerlessness often and the despair that goes hand in hand with witnessing and consuming some of the news stories that are circulating right now. So I think it's going to be really helpful to understand some of the science and the data first about how doom scrolling does actually affect our brains and our bodies. So let's talk about dopamine. It is a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger that carries the signals between the nerve cells in the brain, and it plays a crucial role in how we actually experience pleasure, motivation, and reward. When that notification goes off, bing! Oh, it's a little bit enjoyable, isn't it? It fires the neurons. When something enjoyable happens, our brain actually releases dopamine, and this reinforces the behavior that led to the pleasure, and we want to repeat it. So our brain gets hooked on those notifications, and the constant stimulation means our brain's oversensitized to dopamine. Or we just need more. We keep scrolling. We get depressed. Others living their best lives when you're not. You're getting jealous. You see sad news, you feel powerless. And it's not just about time spent. Many people are avoiding the news altogether. A 2024 study said that 40% of people in the US sometimes or often avoid the news. It's 36% for people in the UK and 32% on average of people in Europe. So here are some of my simple strategies to break free. Look at where you're getting your news from and curate a trusted and reliable list. If you are getting your news sources from rumors on social media or just websites that you're not sure whether or not the news that you're reading is truthful, is accurate, is current, then look around at the traditional news sources, the ones that have been around for 50 to 100 years. For me, I swear by every day the BBC News app and The Guardian. The BBC is meant to be balanced and fair. The Guardian is traditionally kind of left-leaning. I also look at The Independent in the UK, which is more centrist. And of course, I look and follow the news source for the organisation that I work for. So you decide. Try and be even-handed about the sources that you're getting your news from. Try and get an even balance, left and right wing, so that you're not in a tunnel of always listening to views that reinforce your views, right? Try and see the other side. Try and remove all of those other sources or random people who are messaging you things going, did you hear about this? Follow up on news sources where journalists are in newsrooms tracking down stories and checking out and verifying whether or not they are true. That's what I've been doing for 21 years. All of the organisations that I've ever worked for, we are all trained to fact check, to verify information before it is published. So use trusted sources and stop wasting your brain, time and energy on trying to figure out, is that true? Is that not? Where's that come from? Because that will drag you into a spiral. And we don't want that. Turn off your phone notifications across the board. When you download a new app, it is either built in with the notifications or it is asking you. It's one of the first things it asks you. Can we have notifications turned on? No, I found I cannot abide the pinging, the badges, the sounds, the banners on my lock screen. It drives me mad. Not only that, it runs down your phone battery. So only have notifications on for essential apps. So your emails, WhatsApp. Is it messages? Does anyone send SMS anymore? You take control of those apps. Jump into your notifications as soon as you finish this video, not now, and sort them out. Remember the social dilemma, that Netflix documentary about 4 years ago? It was a drama documentary where some of the people who worked in social networking apps were talking about how they were a little bit shocked about how they'd crafted the potential for addiction of social media apps. So they're designed to keep you hooked, of course. But if you need to curtail your time there are methods. Use them. Choose mindful moments. And I know that's the name of my YouTube channel, but what I mean is have some moments of mindfulness for yourself. Of course, you can go and listen to some of my guided meditations, but try some other things. Take yourself away from your phone. Yoga. Go walking. Go out into nature. Go swimming, painting, sewing. What are those things you used to love? Play an instrument. Learn a new language. Take yourself out of your phone. The internet does dominate our lives. Technology dominates our lives, but it need not dominate yours. Set limits for your use. There are built-in time features on your phone where a little alarm will go off when, you've been on for half an hour, turn it off now. Try that. Might work for you. Okay, you might need to hide your phone or put it away. Sit on it. Put it in a drawer. Obviously, you need to think critically around that because you might need to make sure that you've got a notification on your SMS or your WhatsApp through the night in light of a potential emergency message. You know, if you're caring for an elderly relative or a neighbour who is vulnerable. So just think about that. But if you can hide your phone at certain times of the day or in the night, do it. Don't forget where you put it though. And make sure you turn it back on and put the notifications on that you need to use it during the day, of course. I'm a big advocate of a phone bedtime routine. In my weekly email moments, you might have seen that the way that I get ready to go to bed, to be prepared to wake up for a 3 a.m. shift because the show I work on starts at 6 a.m. I do not scroll for at least an hour before I go to bed. I make sure that the light dimming feature is on. It turns itself on at 10 p.m. But usually I'm in my bed by 9 o'clock. Just normal nights when nights that I'm not having to wake up at 3 a.m. I'm kind of like going bedtime 8:30, 9. But I have the light dimmer. I turn off all notifications on WhatsApp, on email, on Facebook Messenger. There's one more, can't remember what it is. I don't want anything dinging, anything bzz, anything buzzing next to my head at night. My phone is closed, light off. It is next to my bed on the bedside table. It is not under my pillow. What? You just need to put the phone away. That's my bedtime routine. I don't watch TV before I go to bed either. I rarely watch TV now. So consumed with working on this channel. I just try not to have anything screen time in my way for the latest hour before I go to bed. I try to read a book, something where my brain is not racing, because I need to help promote my brain into a relaxation mode. And being on the phone, being in front of a TV screen does not help me. So consider doing that. Yeah, it's going to be hard, right? But consider it. Real life, to pull yourself away from the phone, see your friends more, see your family more. If you're doom scrolling a lot, and the way that you like to kill time is literally doing that, and you're turning down coffee dates with friends, and you're like, don't want to go out tonight because actually, I'm going to indulge in a bit of TikToking or whatever, or I don't know, just bring yourself back to reality. It's good out there. It really is good out there. Try and find the balance. Break the science. Reclaim your well-being. It's all here for you. If you found it useful, lots more brilliant videos for you for a woman in midlife on my channel. Go get them. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon.